Well, joining me here on Next Level Refs is Delfina Shakespear, one of our longest serving female assistant referees in the A-League Women's. So firstly, welcome Del.
Thanks for having me, Benny.
It's good to see you and have a chat. Look, this weekend is the upcoming next season for the A-League Women's. It's really important to touch base and see how the off-season's been, a range of different questions. So let's get into it, eh?
Let's do it.
Awesome. So, you are appointed on the first game, which is fantastic. Let's start with, how many years have you been on the A-League Women's panel?
A little while. This is my 13th season.
Awesome. So plenty of experience ahead of the opening round this weekend, which is fantastic. Now, obviously, it's a long pre-season or off-season in Australia, both in the A-League men's and the women's. What did that off-season look like for you?
Longest off-season in the world, I think it is. Look, it was a mixture of things. So obviously the A-League women's season wrapped in May. Had a little bit of downtime, which was really nice. Had a bit of a holiday for a reset for a couple of weeks, but it's really important to keep active. So I like to do some different sorts of training, like I like hitting the gym, doing things that I probably wouldn't regularly do during the A-League season, just for a bit of variety. I also am really active locally here in Canberra, so I officiated in our local NPL and Capital Premier League men's competitions. I like getting back out there in the community, working with up-and-coming referees. Also keeps me sharp from that perspective, and views the game in a different way, I suppose, coming down from that sort of HP level. And I really enjoy local football, and then also helping out locally at CF, doing some of the courses for the new referees, helping to run training, and just getting back out there, really, just keeping engaged, keeping the legs ticking over. And then we technically kicked off pre-season in August. So balancing local commitments with A-League commitments. Yeah,
and that's awesome in terms of that balance, like you mentioned. So keeping the body ticking over without doing nothing, but also allowing that break physically and mentally for you to adapt to the season and go from there. So sounds like an awesome off-season or pre-season, as it may be. So as I mentioned, round one this weekend with the A-League Women's. The A-League Men's has already kicked off. What are you most looking forward to this season?
A-League Women's is a really exciting competition. I think for me, there's a lot of new players that are coming to the competition. It's fresh, it's exciting. Those changes are always really cool to see as a referee. I think the other thing that's really exciting is our referees panel has changed a little bit. So a lot of new referees coming to the fold, which is someone who's evergreen and been on the panel for a little while. That's always really refreshing to see. So really looking forward to working with new people and just being involved in the world game.
Absolutely. And I guess off the back of the Women's World Cup here a couple of years ago, we've just seen that explosion of women's football, which has been fantastic. As a father of two young daughters, it's been awesome to see. And what have you noticed in that space from the female refereeing point of view?
I just think the increase in opportunities has been really good. Like there's more games, there's more pathways that are opening up for women, whether it's like through things like PFRA or opportunities in Australia Cup, then into even like the men's competition. But I think just generally just the hype and excitement around ALW competition has been really refreshing. We've gone from having no one in the grounds to basically having stadiums packed out with people wearing, Tilly shirts, really getting excited about the game, and even just the way it's being interacted with online. Like there's a lot more presence around social media, and we've got people commentating on games and things like that. So it's been really good to see.
And that's not just inspiring young girls either; it's inspiring young boys too. And
yes, they want to play for the Matildas apparently.
Or the Man Tildas maybe. That's fantastic. So, and obviously the PFRA stuff is the Football Australia Referee Academy, for those people who are not sure of that acronym. Now that's fantastic insight. Now, in terms of yourself, what have you set any particular goals for this season?
I think every season we set different goals because it kind of keeps you motivated and driven to be your best on field. And I think for me it's always around what's best for the game, so ensuring we're bringing our best selves, so making sure that I'm physically and mentally ready to go for each match that I'm appointed to, refereeing what's in front of me, and really making sure, one, I have a good time, but so do the players. So we have a better product that people want to watch. A big thing for me this season is actually going to be around how I better support the next gen that are coming through. So as one of the more senior referees on the panel, just making sure that the new girls coming through feel included, get the support they need, but also that teamwork mentality and really building our culture around high performance and bringing our best selves to the game.
That's it, and that's so important. And I guess I was lucky enough to have some really strong assistant referees helping me out too when I was a younger and not so younger referee. And at the end of the day, the product where there's a refereeing team roll out means that our overall football product is going to be beneficial, which is fantastic. Thanks for that. And look, obviously in your on-field work and your off-field work in your regular day job, you're a huge advocate for women and empowering women, not just in sport but right across society, which is absolutely amazing. And we're really seeking that equality. In terms of that, if you were to give any advice, or what are your hopes for any young women wanting to come into refereeing, or ones that are already in it? What are your hopes and dreams for them?
I think that's a huge question because there's so many ways you can slice it or dice it. But for me, I want them to know that there's a place for them, that there's an opportunity for them. If they want to really have a go, there is a pathway that's now lighting up in front of them. Like, there's never been a better time to be a young official that's probably entering the game for the first time. We're now seeing women openly represented in both competitions that are striving and performing. I also want them to know that be themselves, have a go. You're probably going to make mistakes and things might be a bit awkward, but that's how you learn. And as long as you keep that growth mindset and true to who you are, there is a place for you. I know when I started, I didn't see myself in a lot of what was happening at that A-League elite level, and it took some time to kind of get there. But, there's people around that want to see you succeed. Look for those people to support you, and, the world's your oyster. Like, things open up when you least expect it, and when that opportunity comes, just take it with both hands and stay humble in that process, and you'll be rewarded for it.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that ethic of hard work, it's amazing how much the harder you work, the luckier you get. And I guess we're lucky to have such great history in Australian refereeing, both the men's but particularly the women's side. And like you said, helping that next generation go on and achieve their goals and representing our country as best as we can and move the sport that we love forward every step. So.
And look, Asian Cup coming next year, a really exciting time for football in Australia, especially the women's game. Like, to see the Matildas in a home Asian Cup. We're going to probably have referees heavily involved in that. So role modelling the things that we want to see in our officials, on the world stage in our own backyard. And this is such an incredible opportunity. So
that's it. And if the Tillies don't make the final, we're all patriotic. We want them to make the final. But if they don't make the final, we'd love for that to be some Aussie.
100%, 100%. Yeah,
absolutely. Well, look, thanks again so much, Del, for giving us your time today, and I'm sure the next level refs, men and women, will take a lot out of what you've said. So thanks again for joining us.
Thanks, Benny.